Go ahead and do a countdown.
Oh, okay. Let's get a clap on the record. 3, 2, 1.
I want to know what the hell is going on.
Way off.
I was perfectly on time. Like,
Oh, I think.
At least there was no.
Hi
disasters.
everyone. Welcome to Screen Share and Chill. My name is Keith,
I'm Jamie.
and I'm Kelly. Welcome.
and we are here to celebrate
What are we
100
celebrating?
episodes. 100 episodes.
100 full reviews. We've done several more than 100 episodes, counting all of our intermissions, but just full review episodes. 100 actual episodes of the podcast. Hell yeah, y'all!
But not
Like
100 movies, because some of our episodes take up 2 episodes.
Well, I mean, if you want to
True.
get technical, Jesus, Jamie, like, can we start over with a little bit better? No, it's an incredible trait to have put this together. Like, good job, y'all. I'm so proud of all three of us sticking to this and making sure that our listeners have a consistent form of entertainment every week. Hopefully, either they're laughing with us or at us.
Edutainment.
Either way, it should be fun, I hope. I actually looked up a little bit of stats before we got together today, and according to a couple different stat places, including Podnose and Podcast Coach and a couple different places like that, 45 to 50% of all podcasts never make it past the 3rd episode. People drop off
What?
real hard after 3 episodes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, they realize how much work it is and how little people listen right away. So
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
it's
How
a lot
little
of.
payback you get.
It is a largely thankless job, I must say. I'm not trying to make this a poor me episode, but there is largely thankless. The 10 episode slump happens. 90% of all podcasts never make it past 10 episodes. Some of them make it as far as 20, but by the 21st episode, over 90% of all podcasts have ended.
Wow.
Yeah. The 100
Look at us in the
episode.
top 10%.
Now, we've gone well past 100 episodes. We've done, 120, something like that. The 100 episode is, that is 99.5% of podcasts do not make it that far. So that means that we are in the top 0.5% of all podcasts by even making it to 100 episodes. So give yourself a hand.
Yay.
Give
We
yourself
did
a
it,
hand
guys.
and consider this a job. So give yourself a hand.
Yeah, I'll give myself a hand job. Just you wait.
Why do you do this?
So to celebrate our 100th.
Is this where we started with the 20 minutes in and out quick job?
Uh-huh.
So to celebrate our 100th review episode, I came up with a few questions, and Keith has one as well. I don't know if Jamie has one, but
I have none.
So the first question I wanted to pose at y'all is, over the course of 100 different reviews, what is the movie opinion that you gave where the other two hosts were completely wrong and you were willing to die on that hill to this day?
It's got to be Rise of Skywalker. It was not that bad of a movie.
Yeah, you are 100% wrong. You may die on that hill, sir.
I have to say, because I was not here for that one, and I agree with you, it's not that bad of a movie.
Uh-huh, see?
Well, then,
Exactly.
then your hot take is lukewarm. I would say mine is the obvious one is Lady Hawk is a good movie. Y'all just took it too seriously. It's a fun movie that has some serious bits, and if you try to make it a serious movie, it's going to let you down all the time. You can tell
If you pay attention to it, yeah.
And I don't know if you all agree
If you
with
pay attention
this.
to that movie, it will let you down.
That's like saying Ferris Bueller's Day Off will let you down because it's a fucking funky, quirky dude. I don't know. But my other hill that I'm willing to die on, and I don't know if you all agree with me on this, but Matrix would have been better as just one movie and done.
No,
I agree with you. So that doesn't count. Come up with a better
Okay.
one.
All right. There you go. So I guess Lady Hawk is my one hot take. What's yours, Jamie? Practical magic?
Practical magic. Yep.
I don't know.
No,
Like, I
it's not.
don't.
Well, you guys were no. It is 100% Predator.
Oh, no, but see, I don't know. I was lukewarm to that too. Like, I by the end, I found myself agreeing with you a little bit more. Like, I know that I enjoy it purely for nostalgic reasons. It's not because it's a wonderful. If I was going to show somebody Arnold for the first time, I would not start with Predator.
It also might be the fact that Keith keeps making me rewatch Jingle All the Way, and that's 100% wrong.
Yeah, that could be the hill you die on, is that watching Jingle All the Way is bad every year. But I disagree, madam. I disagree.
Yeah, it's good for the soul.
Next
It's not
question
good
is,
for anything.
now that we are 100 reviews in, has your movie taste actually been changed by the other two hosts? If so, how?
I would say that my horizons have been a little bit broadened. And it's probably mostly into some of what Jamie has brought to the table, like a couple of her picks that I wouldn't like. I hadn't seen, not that I didn't like Lord of the Rings, but going watching them and getting so involved and discussing them, I like rediscovered my love for Lord of the Rings all over, because I hadn't watched them in years, except for
That
like
was a fun
Fellowship
time.
is like that was a good run of movies.
Having a solid reason to force myself to delve into the Lord of the Rings franchise more, that was wonderful.
And we went with the full extended edition.
I'm glad we did. I'm glad we
added
did.
extra 3 hours. To our
Someday
own
I would
feature.
love to go back and do the Hobbit trilogy with you all. Even though I know it's going to be a little bit of a letdown, it will still be fun to go back to that universe for a couple of weeks.
I
or a
will
month or whatever.
love it, because Richard Armitage.
And also some of the romance and romantic comedy stuff. I haven't, I don't seek that stuff out, so it's nice to have an excuse, a reason to have to watch it. And some of it's pretty fucking good.
And it's nice having somebody here like Jamie that if she knows more about romantic comedies, I'm not shooting in the dark. She's going to pick something good for us to watch. Like even Practical Magic, as much as we poke fun at it, it still it wasn't a bad time. There were still lots of good parts of the movie that I thoroughly enjoyed. So like, I'm glad we got to watch it, that kind of thing. I would say that the big changes for me, yes, both of you have changed my taste. For Keith, this all started because you wanted to show me more horror, because I had just avoided horror most of my life. I'd avoided a lot of movies, let alone horror. And now, many, many years later, I would consider myself a horror fan. I'm not on the outside looking in. I'm part of the fandom. I'm not part of the core. I haven't seen every single franchise to completion. I don't go to festivals. I'm not that big of a deal. But if somebody said, do you like Halloween? Hell yeah, I like Halloween. I've seen almost every movie in the franchise at some point.
Alien,
hell yeah. But then again, that might be more sci-fi depending on when you're watching it. But I've seen the whole thing and I like the whole thing as a whole.
I beg you to stop using the Midwestern pronunciation when you say you're a horror fan.
I'm a horror fan.
I'm a horror. I'm just a horror myself. If I talk really quickly, I can call myself a horror and nobody knows the difference. For Jamie, there's so many times, like exactly everything Keith said about introducing me to a whole genres of films that I don't brush into very often, and finding lots of good gems in there too. But it's nice that as much as I like to counteract it, in sci-fi we have this phrase for a monoculture. If we meet a Klingon and every Klingon is a warrior that is honor driven, then their culture becomes a monolith. It's a monolithic culture. They're one value that they live by, or one set of values that they all live by, which, as we know from human history, that's not very likely. Different human cultures have different values. Some are shared, but there are large differences between them. And as much as I like to read up on this stuff and I like to try to be aware of this stuff, there are times where I catch myself seeing women as a monolith. And I'm so glad to have somebody like you that in some ways is very much in touch with what a woman says and feels. And sometimes you are just off the wall that I would never. It's kind of like if somebody were to say to me, do human beings chew tobacco? Yes. Do women chew tobacco? No. Oh, why? Why did I just say that? Why did I just assume that women don't do that? And you're one of those women that every once in a while you do something that I'm like, thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
But not chew tobacco.
No, you don't chew tobacco. For the record, she pure snuff for Jamie.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would never have ever picked up the Alien franchise at all. I love most of it. There's, some problems, but I love most of what you've shown us.
Every time I get a cold, I'm thinking of Alien 3 for some reason.
You've also made me realize that maybe I don't like sci-fi as much as I thought I did.
Maybe we just haven't showed you the right sci-fi. Give me time.
Yeah.
Give me time.
That is that. Honestly, that's what I think it more is that this kind of sci-fi that you guys like is not exactly my cup of tea. But there are so many variants.
Except you like Alien.
I do like Alien.
The conversation existed a couple of years earlier too, where and there's already an established, I don't need to watch Starship Troopers with Keith because we've both seen it. We've talked about it. I don't need to watch, until Terminator 2. We both would talk about Terminator 2, even though the two of us have never actually sat down and watched it together before.
Right.
It's, yeah, so that a lot of the picks that we end up picking are a little bit more obscure, and it goes with the territory a little bit, but maybe we'll do some heavier hitters as we go. If you could secretly remove one genre or era from the Wheel of Doom forever, so you never have to watch it again, what would you pick? I know mine's easy.
I know your era,
we all
for
know
sure.
it.
Yeah, I don't care about the genre. I'll find movies of every genre I like as long as they weren't in 1970s or before.
I think it might just be recency bias, but documentary. I was so documentaried out by the time we got through those 6 weeks of documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully it's already been removed.
Right. But that's why I said, I feel like
I'm not in a
that's
hurry to go
recency
do
bias.
because it's the unfortunate thing. Maybe doing one would be fine, but doing 3 in a row, oh God, doing all documentaries
And then we
for a
went
month.
6. We did 6 in a row.
Yeah, that was we're good for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I think I would, if I was going to remove an era, it might be the 2020s. Just because every time that comes up, I feel like, oh fuck, what movies from the 2020s? Yeah,
Did they stop making movies in 2019? What happened?
Every single one of us, every time it comes up, we're like, no.
And I think the genre I might pull out is sports, just because
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait to turn you on to sports movies.
The only problem is
a bunch
that
of them.
The sports movies are fewer and far betweener, to the point where if we get sports, I feel like the year should be taken off. Just pick a sports movie. It doesn't matter if it came out in the 90s or 2019.
Yeah.
It's not like there are a dozen sports movies that came out in the 2010s and a dozen movies that came out in the 1980s. No, there's 3 or 4 per decade maybe that are memorable.
I don't know. In the 80s, there were a ton. If we got the sports in the 80s, we could probably make it happen because I can name off 6 right off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah. 90s too.
It just kind of has died away now.
The question that Keith threw into chat is what movies have we not yet watched on the pod that you would love to talk about?
I'm going to let you guys go first. Yeah, it's 3 maybe, your top 3 that you would like to present to the...
Labyrinth for sure. 100%. I could go on for 4 hours about Labyrinth. I really do want to subject you guys to Gone with the Wind at some time just because there's so much to talk about with that, both in how it changed movies in general and then how it changed culture and then how it reflected the culture at the time but is so not reflective of reality. So that one would be really fun. And then The Shining.
Ooh, okay.
Those are my
I support
3.
your picks.
Yeah, but it feels like we got to cheat a little bit by doing Dr. Sleep. By doing Shining 2, we kind of brushed into it a little bit. But yeah, I mean...
But it's so different. It's so good, but it's so different.
Yeah.
Agree.
I would have to say there are a few musicals that come to mind that I would love to do, like Moulin Rouge or fucking Hamilton. It would be a pleasure to review that. And it wouldn't be all sun and rainbows. There are negatives to every musical. Every show has, I don't know if I've seen a perfect one yet. Doing Sweeney Todd, the Broadway version, which I have that so we could watch it. But that's not, if I were to pick one movie for us to really deep dive into, I'd love to do Memento. It's long been one of my favorite movies to go back to the point where I did performances when I did a public speaking competition straight out of the script and stuff.
That's the kind of movie it almost feels like we'd have to watch it twice before we could talk about it.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's
you'd have to have seen it before.
Episoder.
Yeah, it maybe depends, but if anybody here had not seen it before, they would need to watch it again afterwards. We would watch it. I trust me, I don't need to watch it twice. I've seen it fucking 50 times, so I have whole scenes completely memorized from that movie because I had to perform them live kind of thing. So, but for if like Jamie, if you've never seen it before, my God, you would have to watch it a second time. It's one of those movies where the first time you watch it, you're like, holy fuck, and you watch it the second time, and people switch roles, and the narrative is completely different the second time you watch it. It's Christopher Nolan. It's the first real big movie done by Christopher Nolan. Script written by his brother. So, and
for me, it would be. Oh goodness! What is what does Hella want to watch?
Apparently, Life of Dogs. I don't know.
Airbud.
So I know we already watched it for movie night, but I would love to do John Carpenter's The Thing. Kelly, I know you've seen it. Have you seen that, Jamie?
I've never seen it. No.
Okay, see, it's your dog is like,
yeah, dogs have Jamie. I don't know if you want to see it.
No, it's you do. It's tough, but
just a warning right now, movie. Just because there's a whole website dedicated to it. Yes, the dog dies.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, I hate when the dog dies.
Yes, the dog
that makes me hate
dies.
A movie.
This is one of those movies where, again, I hate to be a spoiler in any small way, but I feel like you need to know, especially a dog lover, that this is one of those notorious dog scenes that is notorious for decades since as one of the worst dog scenes ever on film.
Technically, it's not. Technically,
yeah. We don't want to get too much into spoilers. In the moment that it happens, it will be a lot for you.
So another one would be, I would just love to watch and talk about The Empire Strikes Back, because it's
that would be fun.
Doing the Star Wars trilogy, just doing that whole trilogy. Jeez, like
original trilogy.
I would love for there to be enough draw and enough interest for us to do the entire 9 movie series one at a time. And actually, I'm willing to be wrong on Rise of Skywalker. Put it that way. If we watch all 9 movies, and it's possible. I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm open to the possibility. Either way, it would be interesting to review it in a critical level with like-minded people that have good opinions most of the time. And
the final one would be something campy, some campy horror. Like I feel like Freddy versus Jason would be really fun for us to watch. I think that we would get a kick out of that one, because it is hokey as all hell, but it's also highly entertaining.
I feel like at some point you're going to get us with Cannibal the Musical too.
Yeah, we watched that for movie night, but that'd be a good one to
The one horror franchise
that
you haven't introduced me to yet, and I'm kind of surprised that we bumped into it, I think, for one movie long time ago, but the Friday the 13th series. Is that not one of your favorites?
It is, but they're bad movies. I know that they're bad movies, so I don't want to subject it like it's, you know what I mean. It's fucking empty calories, but I love them. They're fun and great to me. I grew up watching them, so they have I have a sweet spot.
So they're a bit of a guilty pleasure that you're like, I'll tell you that I like them, but I'm not going to watch it with you unless you show interest first.
Right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Friends. I don't on the first date say, "Hey, you want to go back to my place and watch some Friends?"
Yeah.
But truth be told, I enjoy the fuck out of that show, and I watch it almost every day. Oh. All right. Well, those were the 3 questions plus 1 question, which that's not how we planned it, but I guess that it works out okay. Which some people would call that 4 questions, but it literally was 3 plus 1 questions. So thank you all for joining us. This has been an absolute honor. As we discussed, I think one track said that we are in the top 1% of the top 1% of all global podcasts, just by lieu of tenacity and not giving up.
Just because we can't shut up.
Spite is a hell of a motivator, my friends. Somebody once upon a time said, it ain't going to last that long. You're going to do a podcast for like 3 weeks and give up. Yeah, well, we're at almost 2.5 years now, so...
Try and stop us.
I live off of spite.
Yep.
Hetty and I live off of spite.
It's one hell of a motivator.
It's pretty funny to be in the top 1 of the top 1% and have like almost nothing to show for it.
Yeah, and speaking of which, ko-fi.com/screenshare. Please support the pod. Like we love doing what we're doing. So don't get us wrong that we enjoy very much putting together a weekly discussion for our friends to listen and join in the comments. Even if nobody listens, we're going to probably do something either way. There have been talks about possibly switching formats a little bit in the future. And, if that scares you a little bit and you're like, oh God, no, Screen Share and Chill can't change. We don't want them to change. Well, we have a real easy solution for you. Tell your friends.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And donate to Ko-Fi.
Yeah, give us some money and give us some free advertising because, we might start barking up some different trees to see if there's some interest in
and
other...
you just have the list of the awesome movies that we might want to do in the future, and we might not be able to do those.
Yeah, it would be a shame if we had to do like a special a year from now and we had to just pick one out of those, dozen amazing movies we just listed. So... If you value the small content creators like us, that we're not doing it for the profits, we'd love to do it for the profits. So help us do it for the profits. Help us sell out to the man,
do it for
please.
the break evens.
Help us and shitify the podcast by taking on advertisers to make the episodes longer with less content. Please.
Yes, we're begging you.
We'll do our best to counteract that, we swear. All right. So...
Yeah, I mean that's it. Thanks for 100, everybody.
Thanks for listening to us.
Let's see how many more we can get. And on that note,
there are dozens of us.
And Chill. I am Keith.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Kelly.
I'm going to call the police.
Here's to 100 more.
And here's to 100 more. Hella agrees. She will come yell at you in your ear when you're trying to sleep and lick you right in your ear canal when you're trying to sleep if you don't help us by subscribing. Go to ko-fi.com/screenshare. We love you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.